Hi team, welcome back. Here we are demonstrating a gel soak off and reapply. I'm going ahead and using a manual file to just remove that top coat. I want the acetone to penetrate through to the natural nail and remove the gel polish safely. I usually start off with one hand and I go ahead and soak that first, and then I move on to the other hand so that the other hand has enough time to soak off and we're not sort of like waiting there for too long. So you can see I'm just wrapping up in foils. That helps to keep all the heat and everything in and help to break down that product, and it will be just so much more easier to soak off and push any last little bits of product away. So after about 20 minutes or so have passed, I'll just go ahead and remove the foils and use my cuticle pusher to gently remove any last remaining polish away from the nail plate. It's really important that we make sure that the gel polish has dissolved, because we don't want to be fighting with the polish. We don't want to damage the nail plate in any kind of way. And what I also like to do is just go by one nail at a time. I don't remove all the foils all in one go, because I want to give it as much time as possible to soak in the acetone. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but the thumb, this particular one, wasn't fully covered in the cotton pad and the foil, so it actually dried out. But I removed as much as I could and I just went back in and refoiled that so that it can have some time to soak. And then I'll just come back to that later. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and just clipping the excess free edge. My client usually wears them quite short, so I'm just very careful when I'm clipping down. Always check underneath the free edge for any little bit of skin. That's called the hypernychium. It has a lot of like blood vessels and nerve endings, and you want to be extra careful when you're clipping so that you don't clip it and it starts bleeding. That's like the worst thing, and it's very painful. So I've just gone in and started filing to the desired shape that my client wanted, and I'm just going in now and cleaning up any dead skin around the cuticle area. This is really important step because you want a fully prepped nail. This is also going to ensure that you've got the best retention at least for 2 weeks. So I'm just going in and just nipping away any lifted skin that's on the nail plate. My client usually doesn't have too much, but I want my application to be really clean, so I'm just ensuring I'm just going through each nail and just nipping away any dead skin. She's usually pretty good with her hand cream and her cuticle oil, so there isn't usually that much, just any excess skin to be nipped and just to leave a nice clean finish. So once I'm happy with all my prep, I'm just going to finish that off by just buffing the nail plate. That's just going to help with removing any last little bits of gel polish that was on the nail, smooth everything off, remove the shine, and also provide a nice smooth area when I start applying my gel polish. So just coming back to that thumb that wasn't fully soaked, yeah, that's all soaked now. So I'm just going in and removing that last little bit of gel polish. It just makes it so much more easier when I've given it a little bit more time. But yeah, just shows me that I just have to make sure that I go back and just recheck that everything is all covered. This is also going to save you time and frustration, and also making sure that everybody is happy and not uncomfortable if I'm fighting with the gel polish. So I'll just go in now with finishing off my final prep with alcohol. Make sure you get under the free edge as well, just to remove any oils, any last little bits of dust that's under the nail plate. This is also going to remove any oils, any shine, and just give a really good base for my application. So I'm using a gel builder as my base. I just find that using this particular product, it just really helps with retention. I'm just keeping it nice and thin. My client doesn't have long nails, so I don't need to apply it too thickly. This is just going to help with giving a really good base that's going to last her for 2 weeks. So I like to do my thumbs individually and separately. I just feel that when I do put the thumbs under the light, they're both going to cure evenly and not just cure on one side. I've had to learn that the hard way years back, and I've just decided that, okay, going forward, it's just going to be the thumbs that will go on separately. So I'm just going in with a thin application of my first coat of my gel polish. This is such a beautiful dark forest green. It looks a little bit black in the light, but in real life it looks absolutely beautiful. So as I am applying my polish, you can see that when I start off with that first coat, I'm just pushing the product as close to the cuticle area as I can, and I'm just taking my time with that because I also don't want to flood the side walls, I don't want to flood the cuticle, I just want a nice even clean application. And you can use your cuticle pusher just to remove any flooding that's on the skin or anything like that, just to clean up. And I'll just go in and just do my other thumb as well. So just going in with my second coat, still keeping it nice and thin. I still want a nice, even, clean application. So I'm just going back over what I've previously done. This is also going to help intensify the colour as well. 2 coats of this is more than enough. With some other brands, you may need to use 3 coats. Sometimes they might come out a little bit, I don't know, wishy-washy, and you just want to intensify the pigment just a little bit more. And that's why it's so important to keep your coats nice and thin so that you don't have a bulky, uneven finish. This is also going to help the light to cure the product a lot more efficiently. So my last step is just my clear top coat now, and again still keeping it nice and thin, and this is going to give it a nice high shine gloss finish. So it's just plain sailing now. I'm just going in with my base, and each layer gets 60 seconds under the LED lamp, but also just check for your product manufacturer's instructions and they'll tell you exactly what each brand requires. Okay, so we are all done. I'm just going back in with my alcohol or my cleanser just to remove that sticky layer that's called the inhibition layer. So I just want to make sure that that is all completely removed, so there's no residue or anything like that left on the nail. And then I will go ahead and apply some cuticle oil and give my client all the aftercare advice that she needs.